me just give a bit of a background. So in my culture, in my like, obviously Ugandans know that when you want to get married to someone, you have to kind of ask the dad for the hand in marriage. So he has to kind of give a blessing for before you even propose, I think. So yeah, so basically my culture, you have to speak to the dad, and then if he says okay, you can go ahead, then you obviously go ahead with everything. So I knew at the back of my mind that that was the next step, that we had to like fly out to Uganda so you can ask my dad for my hand in marriage.
Yeah.
And my goodness, I mean, before all this, do you think you're gonna meet someone you love, get engaged, do your white wedding, that's it? But my goodness, not in the African household.
And then you forget you're African.
My gosh, I think I remember speaking to my family and I thought, and I said to them, I wouldn't mind doing the registry and then maybe plan the wedding afterwards and stuff like that. They're like, what? They were so offended. They were so offended. They were like, you can't go like that. It's like, I forgot the analogy they said. I think they said like, it's like someone sneaking through the window and stealing you or taking you without coming through the front door or something like that. Anyway, so I was just like, oh my gosh, here we go. So they started the whole
African proverbs.
Yeah, we obviously have to do the traditional wedding, which is called Kwanjula in my language, where he obviously has to come and present himself. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But so we just started the whole process. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, you fall in love, you get the ring, and then you plan your wedding, and it just turned into something else.
So was there also the one that gave the idea that pushed the idea of me going to meet your dad first, or did that come from you?
I think it was 50-50, to be honest.
Okay.
I wanted to do it because obviously we know as Christians we have to kind of honor our parents, our mother and father. So I wanted to give him that honor. So, in that respect. And obviously speaking to them as well, they said culturally speaking, you have to ask your dad, because it's your dad that's kind of that holds the whole traditional wedding. So not really your mom. But obviously with my mom, with our household, my mom raised me, raised us, and we knew we had a relationship with my dad, but we didn't have like a close relationship with him. We lived with our mom most of the time. She took care of us, and she brought us here from Uganda. So it was more like so I knew, for me, I knew my mom's opinion mattered the most. But I also knew that out of respect I had to kind of let my dad know, and give him that chance to meet you, and so the flight, we booked the flight.
You flew out.
Yeah, I flew out before you. So obviously now we're engaged. Like, right, next, let's get on with it, because I knew it was just going to be a long process. Flying out to Africa is expensive, and it's not just around the corner.
Can I just say, it's the first time I've been back to Africa as well, so you gotta appreciate that. First time I had been back to Africa since I was born in Congo, came here when I was like 4 or 5, and then I'm going back to a different country in Africa,
and it's not your own.
Yes, to go and ask someone's dad if I could marry their daughter. So the pressure was on.
Oh, babe, I appreciate it. But I was gonna say, so I knew, obviously, that's why I wanted to go out before he came out, because I kind of wanted to spend time with my family. I didn't just want to arrive with him, because obviously I think I came here when I was around like 11 years old, but I think I've been back like 3 times already. So I like traveling back and forth anyway. I'm very much, I love my country. I love going back, eating the fresh food and fruits. And anyway, so I was like, let me go back, because I think it had been like a few years since I had been. So I went to go spend some time with my family, my friends, and then kind of like slowly ease Chris is coming in, or like just let them know that you're coming.
Just slip it in.
Yeah, to slip it in. Yeah, but obviously I went to spend time with them first. I didn't want it to seem like I was just coming back just to introduce them and then come back. So I went out for a week first, spent some time with my family, and then he came to join me.
It was a long flight.
I mean, if anyone has flown to Africa, my God.
To do it by yourself is even longer because there's no one to banter with, no jokes, nothing. You're just going through the motions, walking through different airports, trying to find your flight by yourself.
Yeah, I think when I went with my mum, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it wasn't as bad. So I had someone with me. Whereas with you came by yourself. So I can imagine how long that journey was. But I enjoy flying anyway. I love flying.
Yeah,
so for me, it's not.
The flights was okay.
Yeah.
It's just it was long, innit?
Yeah.
And you notice the time by yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, fast forward now. Oh my, that whole situation. My goodness. So I think we met the first time we met when I think I was leaving my mum's place to go over at his place, and he was dropping me off.
Yeah.
So he had like
I didn't know who he was at the time.
Yeah.
So
You didn't really see him anyway. I don't think you saw him.
I'm not sure because I saw your little brother.
Yeah.
But obviously I know that there was maybe 2 or 3 like older men that was there.
But you just
I'm
didn't
not
know
sure
which
if that was one of them.
Yeah.
Was dad. I'm pretty sure one of them was, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah. So this time, obviously, I think he knew he was in the car. He didn't say anything.
I got the air. The air, you know the
He's
top.
like, I don't know who you are. I'm not gonna acknowledge you. So it was that kind of vibe. So I was just like, you know what? So we kept it moving now. So I chilled there for a few days.
In my defense, I said hi to everyone. I was trying to be respectful.
Yeah. But anyway, so obviously I stayed there for a few days and I kind of explained like you wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
And you had to give him something because you had bought him something and stuff like that to kind of sweeten him out of JK. But no, it was out of respect that you kind of bring something. You can't just come empty-handed.
That's everyone. Well, most
African cultures. So it's the first time you're meeting my dad, and you just want to show some kind of like
token of respect, sort of thing.
Yeah. So my dad arranged the whole meeting. My God. So
the meeting.
Oh my God! So he brought like two. I think one sheikh and one imam.
Yeah. These times I'm thinking, yeah, we're just about to sit down, us 3. He turns up with a whole squad. So anyway, so he turns up now. So I'm just like, oh God, it's about to go down. Not it's about to go down, but I'm just like, you can see the vibe already. He's sitting there like, I'm ready. Yeah. What do you have to say? Can I just say this? So we've come through. No, obviously, did you go down first? No, yeah, you went to them. Obviously, they sat down and everything, and then you went and come and got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've come in, said hi to everyone. We started talking or whatnot. I think a good 10-15 minutes have gone through. I'm talking to this guy. I'm thinking, yeah, this is her dad. These times, her dad's sitting to the right of me. I'm thinking, what's going on?
So he was silent. So he had somebody else speak for him that whole time. So he's just like sitting back, watching, observing.
I can't remember what was said. Something was said that just made me realize, oh snap, that's not actually a dad. That dad's over there. But yeah, it was just funny to me.
Not at the time, mate. He was sweating. My God, he was just like, like a business meeting. Not even a business meeting. It was like an interview.
Nah, you know what it was? Interview. It's like a business negotiation where 2 big companies are trying to merge and nobody wants to be like lower than the other. So it was hard negotiations. Definitely.
Oh my gosh, that conversation went on like, it felt like forever. I mean, really, it wasn't even about like, how do you know each other? Do you love my daughter? It was nothing to do with that. It was more, are you going to convert?
See, that's what I was prepared for.
Yeah.
That's what I was prepared for. Yeah. So
this
who are you?
Job.
What do you do? How do you plan to look after my daughter? It wasn't that. I got hit with a curveball. I wasn't ready.
So it was just like, I wasn't ready. But anyway, it was just like, so when are you going to convert to Islam? Oh dear, I never expected it.
Anyone knows me, you know I'm very serious about my faith. I'm a Christian. I won't deny it in front of no one. I'm not. Yeah.
So here's the thing. My mom's a Catholic. My dad's a Muslim. So, my goodness. I mean, growing up, it was something else. I mean, I think when we were together, we were practicing Muslims. Then when they separated, and yes, we started going to church with my mom. We got like baptized. We got confirmed. So we were converted into
Christianity.
Yeah, Christianity, Catholics.
Catholics.
Yeah, Catholics. I don't even know if it's Catholic. I don't know what. But anyway, yeah. So these times I've converted, but obviously my dad, to him it doesn't matter. Like, we're still Muslims in his eyes, and he was like, well, when's your husband going? When are you planning to convert to Islam? And then they start going on the whole like Muhammad, speaking about like the Quran, why I think Christianity is not the right religion, why
all that kind of stuff. But it was a thing where I didn't take offense to it because I had to also realize their point of view. We were similar in the fact of both of us felt very strongly about our faiths, so I had to respect that. And it was a thing where I had to maneuver through the conversation, very much making it clear that I'm a Christian and these are the values that I follow, and at the same time not being disrespectful to him and his faith. It was a tough conversation.
It was very tough. I mean, you can imagine me sitting there, hearing that. They're asking him the same question over and over again. He's giving the same answer. I was just like, shoot me now. I mean, but I was just like, oh my God, what time is it already? Like, but anyway.
It went on for a while though. It was a good 45-minute conversation.
Yeah, just about the same thing. Like, I think oh my goodness. But anyway. So the man that my dad had brought had quite like good, I would say he knew about the Bible, some Bible verses, and he was just there to critique it. But anyway, I just don't want to get into that. But yeah, I mean, I sat there and I just felt so sad. I just felt like, oh my goodness, here I am, like the man that wants to marry me, like someone that I love, has flown to like my home country and stuff. Obviously it wasn't cheap, it wasn't something that was easy and stuff like that. It was the first time he'd been back to Africa and stuff, and you can't just fly to Africa just like that. I mean, even when I go with like a family member and stuff like that, because you just don't wanna.
I went one man up, boy.
Yeah, he can't speak the language. They speak Luganda up there, Swahili and all these other languages. He can't speak the language. I wasn't
one man up. It's me, Jesus and the Holy Spirit. We roll.
Amen. But yeah, so he couldn't speak the language, so you can imagine everyone around you speaking a foreign language. It's just that whole process, and then you get there and it just felt like he wasn't interested to get to know you. He wasn't interested in our relationship. He was just interested in like the religion, and that's what his main focus was. And it was just I just sat there and it was so sad.
I mean, and then, in a way it was sad, but for me I felt like the conversation could have went worse, and also it was a thing where I felt like even though like we didn't see eye to eye in terms of like me converting to Islam or whatever, it was a thing where from how I came across and how I was articulating myself, he understood that I was a good guy. So I feel like that's what I drew from it anyway, sort of thing. So
I think at the time, how did you feel? Like obviously when he rejected you, because
at the time it was a lot, but obviously, like I said, when I sat down and obviously reflected, and obviously you told me what he had said after I had gone and whatnot, it was just I felt like.
But I feel like in that moment, after we finished the conversation, I could see like in your face you was disappointed. I mean, you've come out, you brought him a gift, you've flown out and stuff like that. None of that mattered. It seemed like it didn't matter.
Yeah, it was definitely like it was.
So I could see this. I could see like not the pain, but I could see the sadness on both sides, and I had my own sadness. To be honest, it was just So I just sat there like reflecting about the whole thing, and I just sat there thinking, like, I couldn't be mad at my dad, I couldn't be angry at him, because all he's known all his life is like his religion. That's one thing that he's kind of like clung to. Is it clung to, isn't it? Yeah, clung to. And it's like, so I could understand that was just like, it was a very important part of his life. And I could also understand that, like, with your walk with God, like, I knew the journey took for you to get here, like to get to that point anyway. So it was just like, on one hand I was thinking, okay, maybe just lie, but then I thought, no, what's the point? Because God can see. I was not on it. Yeah, I was like, God can see, like, what's the point? Let's just be real, let's be honest, and let's just hopefully by God's grace, like, I don't know, like, everything will go well. So I was just, so we went back to our hotel room and we had a discussion, and I was just crying because I was just so upset. I mean, I wasn't upset, it wasn't like upset, it was just sadness, because I was like, here I am, like, someone, like, my dad's kind of blocking himself from experiencing this, like this part of like his daughter's life, because of his religion, because of his strong beliefs in his religion. And then at the same time, it's like, I felt like, okay, so if I leave you now, am I going to be happy with somebody else? Is it going to have to find me someone else? It was a hard
not decision. It was a hard conversation afterward. Definitely, it was like I could sort of see your point of view in terms of like that obviously being your father, and now you understanding fully his point of view of bring me someone that is of the same faith as me, sort of thing, and then we can have a conversation. And then obviously us being in our relationship for a couple of years. Yeah,
and obviously so our journey, like our religious journey, but that's a whole different story. But obviously that'll
come up in the next video. We'll explain.
I don't think it's the next video, but maybe a few videos down the line. We'll because I think the next video can be about like the traditional. Yeah. That whole day and stuff.
A couple of videos down the line.
Yeah, but so obviously but I'm quite glad I went at a time that we went, because we had just like, our relationship was at a different level. So here I was with like someone I love, that I've obviously decided to take back to my home country, to kind of introduce him to my family and stuff. And it was just like, I just sat there, I mean, I don't know, like I was saying, like I feel like we went at the right time, when I was actually serious with like following my like getting closer to God, really taking it serious, like my relationship with God. Because I felt like, had I gone when I wasn't really serious, like with my walk with God, or like I wasn't serious in prayer, I don't know, I feel like that would have kind of broken me and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would have been, but because I was quite like strong with my prayer life, I could really sit back and just like observe and see what was going on, and reflect, and kind of take it to God, and go into prayer, and kind of make a decision that way. Because I thought to myself, okay, like, why would I take someone all the way to Uganda to ask for my dad's hand, to ask for my dad's blessing, and then not take on what he, and not take on the fact that he wasn't happy with us going ahead with the wedding. So I thought, okay, like, so I was just sitting there thinking. But then I think being there, because obviously I think we'd done that within the first few days of you arriving, so we had a few days afterwards staying there. So at the beginning I did take it quite hard, and like the next few days being there, we met up with some some other family members, like on my mum's side and stuff like that, like people that I actually grew up with, people I was raised around, and they met you and they got on with you, they liked you, they actually took time to ask you questions and stuff like that. And it just, I think seeing that kind of gave me that reassurance that, you know what, it's not just me, it's not just like because obviously my mum hadn't said anything prior to that. You had been around her for some time. She didn't have any concerns. My sister was the same, and obviously the rest of my family that I grew up with, also, you know, were all like encouraging. They were telling me like, you know what, you need to go for it. Like, look at all your other sisters. Like, they're still single. He hasn't found anyone for them. So are you gonna, you know, like what are you gonna do here? Like, are you actually gonna give up someone that you love to look for somebody else just to make him happy? What if that never comes around? What if you're not happy? So I just thought like, you know what, like, let me just go with my heart and just see. Like, I had a lot of support behind me anyway. So yeah, I just made the decision, and I thought, you know what, let me just stay and see, you know, at least if it doesn't work out, or, you know, touch wood, I would have followed my heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of doing something to try, like, he's lived his life, like, you know. But obviously at the same time, I'll always love my dad. Like, I don't know, like,
yeah, you can.
It's not like I was disowned from this. He just doesn't accept you as my husband or someone that I'm with. But he, you know,
yeah,
he still takes me as his daughter and stuff like that. So yeah. But anyway, so
it's a hard situation to be in, to be fair. But I don't know. I understand it from his point of view. I can't ask him to give up, because basically he's just following what he says is right inside of his beliefs and his religion. So I can't ask him.
Same as you, isn't it?
Yeah. So I can't ask him to give up his religion to accept his beliefs to accept me. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so obviously we spent the next few days doing other things, like traveling and seeing my other family members and stuff, and then
checking out Uganda.
Checking out Uganda. What do you think about it, by the way?
It's a cool place. To be honest, I feel like because it's Africa, it just felt like it felt homely. Because like obviously I haven't been back to Africa or back to Congo since like I moved to the UK, but I don't know, something about it just felt like I was home. It's not like going to like holiday like to different places, to like Europe or like
Did you feel welcome?
any of the other places.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
My family,
by your
in terms
family?
of like,
Yeah,
do you feel
definitely.
like my family welcomed you
I
well?
feel like everyone was cool, to be honest. Like everyone was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think aside from that, obviously the vibe, like it just felt like being at home. Yeah, I was very comfortable there, to be fair.
This time we were looking after him, like breakfast was served.
I was living like Prince Akeem from Coming to America, bro. Like
lunch and dinner, you know. I think.
You know, when you wake up, when he wakes up in the movie, when he wakes up with the birds and then the singing and then the fresh fruit coming on the platter. That was me.
Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But anyway, so everything was just getting served. Like, they would just ask him, what do you want to eat? What does Chris want to eat? And they would just go buy it, like, and they'll cook it fresh every day. So, you know, but everyone knows, obviously, everyone that lives in Africa knows that that's how they kind of, not everybody, but yeah, they like to be very hospitable. Hospitable.
What?
Listen. Anyway,
that one.
Yeah, so hopefully our next video will be talking about the whole Kwanjula process, the whole like traditional, how that went, how the families like merged together, like
yep. So
the good, the bad, the challenges. It was not ugly. But anyway,
so I hope you guys have liked this video. Obviously hit up like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. There's going to be loads of different content coming from us, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe and share, and check out our Instagrams, our Facebook, and hit us up on the email if there's any questions or anything, because I know the thing is, I feel like this benefits a lot of people as well in terms of, I feel like in our generation especially, there's a lot of people that are getting married to people from different cultures. So I feel like this whole series that's started from obviously Trust the Process Part 1 and our Kwanjula video.
Kwanjula.
Kwanjula. That's how you say it in Europe.
I don't know what language that is, but
I feel
anyway.
like yeah. So if there's any topics that you guys want us to specifically talk about, hit us up in the comments. If there's any video ideas or like anything that we've missed out that you guys want to know about, hit us up in the comments.
Help your sister out. Help your sister and brother out. Yeah.
We're here for you guys, you know.
All right. Bye bye.
Deuces.